Hello, welcome to the second lesson in the module on strategic pricing, where we will explore what value-based pricing is. In the previous lesson, we saw that none of the three traditional ways of setting prices work, not setting prices based on cost plus a desired profit margin, nor trying to please the customer through promotions or giving into bargaining dynamics, nor blindly following competitors' prices. In this lesson, we will see how value based logic allows us to define prices while avoiding the problems caused by traditional pricing methodologies. Traditional logic, as we have already seen, generally starts with the intention of developing or marketing a new product or service based on the business capabilities to launch solutions into the market. Then the finance department is asked to conduct a total cost analysis of the solution, including both the investment made and the fixed and variable operating costs. After that, based on the expectations of the business owners or the board of directors, a desired margin is set, which is then added to the total calculated cost to define the suggested selling price. Next, the marketing department is asked to develop the launch campaign, create the messaging, and establish the sales budget. Finally, the sales team is asked to sell the solution and meet the sales budget defined by the marketing team. Unfortunately, we all know how this story ends. The sales budget is rarely met, and we inevitably end up in endless discussions between sales, marketing, and finance about who was to blame for the failed launch. Value based logic, on the other hand, starts by understanding who the customer segments are that we want to target and what their needs are. Then the solution is designed to satisfy those needs, including what customers truly value and leaving out attributes that are not relevant to them. Next, the price of the new solution is defined based on the alternatives or substitutes available in the market. Then its profitability is measured to determine if the solution we want to launch is financially viable. If it isn't, we must go back to the design table to eliminate irrelevant attributes and optimize costs. Finally, we arrive at the final specifications of the solution, ensuring that it includes only the attributes most relevant to the customer and that no features are added which, instead of being seen as added value, become added cost for the company. We can see then that the key difference between traditional logic and value based logic is that the former starts from the inside out, pushing a product to the market, while the latter starts from the market and moves toward the final design of the solution. Another big difference is that while in traditional logic, cost is a determining factor of the price, in value based logic, cost is merely a checkpoint to ensure that the new solution is financially viable and profitable. This new pricing logic gives rise to a very interesting theory called the 5 C's of value based marketing. This theory begins by understanding who the target customer is and what their need is, to create solutions that include the relevant attributes and satisfy those needs. It then focuses on communicating the value offered, considering both tangible and intangible or functional and emotional attributes, in order to convince the customer to pay for the value received. Finally, the business will be in a position to capture the value through proper segmentation and metrics. To make this interpretation a little easier, one could say that the theory of the 5 C's is equivalent to traditional market research combined with the 4 P's of marketing we all know: product, promotion, place, and price. So then, how do we understand, create, communicate, and convince in order to capture the value we offer to our target customers? That's what we'll cover in the next module, where we'll talk about customer value perception and price sensitivity.